Welcome to 6.5. This is applications of growth and decay models. So we are going to solve those exponential growth and decay models. So when we look at these models, we have two options. We have exponential growth and exponential decay. And hopefully you notice that for growth, we're adding, so the equation is a of t equals a times 1 plus r to the power of t, with our growth factor being 1 plus r. And then exponential decay, it's a of t equals a times 1 minus r to the power of t. And that decay factor is 1 minus r. That should make sense to you because growth, we're increasing, decay, we're decreasing. So what do all those things mean? A of t is the amount of time, the amount after t time period, so it's your ending amount. A is your initial amount, R is your rate, and we're going to convert that to a decimal. So if it's 89%, what we're going to put in our formula is 0.89, and then T for time. You may also see in the homework some interest problems, and this is your interest formula. So A equals P times 1 plus R over N to the power of NT. A is the balance, so how much money you have. P is the principal, which is your initial. R is still the rate. We're still writing that as a decimal. N is the number of compoundings, which we'll talk about, and T is time. So when we see compoundings, we might see compounded annually, compounded quarterly. Okay, so that means how many times per year that interest is collected. So annually means 1, semi-annually is 2, quarterly is 4, monthly is 12. All right, so let's look at some examples here. A population of 120,000 grows 1.2% per year. What is the population after 15 years? So the important information here is 120,000 grows 1.2%, and then what is the population after 15 years? So my equation, A equals A times 1 plus R. I know it's plus R because of the word grows, so that I know it's growth. So A is my initial amount, that's 120,000. 1 plus 1.2%, again, we're writing that as a decimal, so we would divide by 100. So it's 0.012, and then T is 15 years. So from there, I'm just plugging that into my calculator. And since we're talking about people, we're going to round to the nearest whole number because we can't have a tenth or 2/10 of a person. So my answer would be 143,512 people. Okay, number 2, a population of 1,860,000 decreases 1.5% each year. What is the population after 12 years? So again, some key words here. The 1.8 million decreases 1.5%. And then what is the population after 12 years? So first of all, we know that that's going to be decay because we're decreasing. So I'm going to use my decay model. So my initial is that 1.8 million. 1 minus 1.5% is 0.015. And then T is 12 years. Again, you can plug that into your calculator just as it's written. Again, we're talking about people, so we need nearest whole number. So that's 1,551,485 people. Because again, we're decreasing the population, so our answer should be less than what we started with. Okay, number 3, now we see a savings account. Suppose you invest $500 in a savings account that pays 3.5% annual interest. How much will the account be after 5 years? So we are going to use that interest formula, which is a little bit different, right? It's P r over n to the power of nt, okay? Because we see interest, that's what we're going to use. Other important information, 500 is what I'm starting with, 3.5%, and then it's annually, okay? So P is 500, 1 plus my rate is 3.5%, and annually means it's just compounded one time. So then 1 times, forgot to highlight this, but after 5 years, 1 times 5. So when it's compounded annually, we could actually use our other formula, but we're going to use this one just to practice. So that's what that would look like. Again, I can plug this into my calculator as is. And now we're talking about money, so we should have 2 decimal places as our answer. So it's $593.84. Number 4, a new delivery van was purchased for $25,000 and depreciates 15% per year. Write a function that represents the value after X years. How much was the van worth after 6 years? So this is actually asking us to do 2 things. First, we're just going to write the function. Let's talk about some important information. $25,000 was how much it was purchased for. It depreciates 15% per year. So we know that that's going to be exponential decay because the value is going down. So we want to write just a basic function for after X years. So a 1 plus r to the t, oops, sorry, we're doing decay, so that should be 1 minus r. So my equation, if I was just doing a basic one for this, 25,000, 1 minus 0.15 to the power of x, that would be the function that represents the value after X years. Now, if I want to know how much it's worth after 6 years, I'm going to just plug in 6 for X. So 25,000, 1 minus 0.15 to the power of 6 for 6 years. And we're talking money here, so plug that into your calculator. You should get $9,428.74. All right, now 5 and 6 are just a little bit different. So let's read through it first, and I think you'll kind of see. The population of a certain animal decreases at a rate of 3.5% per year. After 5 years, you can count 80 animals in the habitat you are studying. How many animals were in the habitat at the beginning of the study? So what do we have here? Okay, we know that the population decreases, so that's decay, 3.5% per year. After 5 years, you can count 80 animals in the habitat. So how many were there at the beginning? All right, so if I go to my equation, we said this is decay. So here's my exponential decay function. So my amount after t time, right? That ending amount is what I know. I know that there's 80 animals. I don't know the starting amount. That's what I'm looking for. So this a is still my variable. I know that the rate is 3.5%, and I know it was after 5 years. Okay, so we can see that we're not solving it in the same way that we were before because we're not looking for the ending amount. We're actually looking for the starting amount. So I can evaluate this in my calculator, 1 minus 0.035 to the 5th power. And that is 0.837. And I still have this a here. Now I'm solving it just like an equation for a. So I'm going to divide both sides by 0.837 and find that a is, again, on your calculator, you might get a decimal, but we're talking about animals, so we need to round to the nearest whole number. So I started with 96 animals. Here's one more like that. In 2002, your grandparents opened a savings account for you that pays 4% annual interest. In 2017, your account has $1,800. How much did your grandparents originally deposit in the account, assuming you've never deposited or withdrew money from the account? So let's highlight what we know. Savings account pays 4% annual interest. In 2017, $1,800. So let's try and write our function here. So A equals P 1 plus R over N to the NT. Again, I'm using this one because it is an interest problem. So I know that my ending amount is 1,800. I don't know my principal. I don't know what I'm starting with. My rate is 0.04%, and it's being annually, so just one. 1 times, okay, we have to think about time a little bit here. So it's telling me that I opened this account in 2002, and in 2017 is when I had this money. So to find T, 2017 minus 2002. So that was 15 years. So again, I'm going to evaluate this in my calculator because I want to find my principal, my starting amount, and I get 1.801 times P. So I'm going to divide both of those and find that my principal, it was $999.44. All right, so that's 6.5 and applications of exponential growth and decay. We will continue this with some more interest applications in 6.6.